Hello everybody and welcome to Toyah at Home. The sun is pouring through the window, the rain has stopped, it's lovely and it's beautiful today. Now by now you might know that I'm going into a show called Proud Cabaret on the 4th of November. I'm doing selected dates around the Posh Pop tour. Basically with Posh Pop we're only performing at weekends. With Proud Cabaret I'm mainly performing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. None of the Posh Pop dates are going to be interfered with. Everything will run as you see it on toyahwilcox.com, and I will just be slotting in Proud Cabaret once or twice a week. And I'm really excited because a couple of weeks ago I managed to get to the Embassy Theatre with my costumes. We did the most phenomenal photo shoot and we did some improvisation with the cast, and it's going to work. It's going to be a punk show, it's going to be high energy, it's going to be outlandish, and I'm going to use a character that I had in mind costume wise for the Toyah and Hazel tour that didn't happen last year but is happening in June 22. And the idea was of a slightly demented showgirl, a woman that was aging but was still a showgirl from Vegas. So this is a character that I'm no longer going to do on the Hazel and Toyah show, but I'm going to bring into Proud Cabaret, because I just think it's going to be so funny working among young artists who are in their 20s and I'm 63, but just bringing this manic demented energy into the stage area. I'm so excited, and the pictures are just breathtaking. Today on Toyah at Home we are covering the song Monkeys. Never has a song polarized Simon and me in the history of our writing career. And it's also, you've got this strange juxtaposition that Simon wanted to use monkeys as a reference to the human nature breaking down, and me going, no, monkeys and humans are not connected. There may be DNA similarities, but we're not connected. The monkeys work with Mother Nature. The monkeys work with Mother Earth. The monkeys work with the ecology. Do not say that a human being breaking down society, damaging the world, has anything to do with the behavior of a monkey. I mean, we spent so much time arguing and trying to perfect the meaning of this song, and we were quite polarized yet in agreement at the same time. Now Simon sent this demo and it's utterly perfect. This is the very original demo with Simon singing on. The feel is perfect. The melody is perfect. Now, when he sent this, I thought he was writing about infidelity. And I phoned him up and I said, Simon, this is the most perfect song about a broken heart. And he said, no, it's not about that. It's about humans behaving like monkeys. And I went, no, you can't do that. It's wrong. So I played that demo to Robert, and this track made Posh Pop happen the way you know it. Because when Fripp heard that riff, he heard the feeling, he heard the kind of intonation of it all, he said, I want to play on that album. So it's Monkeys that brought the three of us together and made Posh Pop the album the incredible piece of work that it is, because this track attracted Fripp and he loved playing on it. Going back to Simon and I in the studio doing the lyrics, I said, Simon, I do not want to walk on stage and go that humans misbehaving are like monkeys digging in the dirt. There is no connection, no connection. Our misbehaving comes from hubris and power and the misuse of power by world leaders. This actually is not a track about infidelity, even though probably you could say it is if you really interpret it or decide to interpret it that way. But this is a track about us trusting our leaders, us needing leadership, us having to vote for leadership. And this is a tricky one because I am a believer in democracy like everyone else on this planet. But having to vote for leaders who then go off the rails. So Simon and I, we picked away. I mean, we really picked away at this, but I will tell you more when you've seen the video. This is Monkeys.
You don't know. You don't know how I feel. You don't know what a broken dream is. You don't know. You could have told me about it. You could have set me free. You could have told me about it. You could have let me be. Like monkeys in the desert, dancing in the dirt. Dance on, oh, dance on. Silver tongue dreamers, listen to the screamers scream on. What have you done? Here we are. Here we are. Face to face. If we fight it out, we'll destroy this place. Here we are. We're getting close to the heart of it. We're getting close to the edge. What we gonna do about it? What we gonna do? Like monkeys in the desert, dancing in the dirt. Dance on, oh, dance on. Silver tongue dreamers, listen to the screamers scream on. What have you done? Like monkeys in the desert, dancing in the dirt. Dance on, like 2001. Silver tongue dreamers, watching all the chaos unfold. Oh, what a drag. 7 days to make the world. 7 days to blow it all. I think we need a miracle. What we gonna do about it? Like monkeys in the desert, dancing in the dirt. Dance on, oh, dance on. Silver tongue dreamers, watching all the chaos unfold. Oh, what a drag. 7 days to make the world. 7 days to blow it all. I think we need a miracle. Do we? I don't know. I don't know. Give me back my future. Give me back my soul. Like monkeys in the desert, dancing in the dirt. Dig it. Dancing, dancing, dancing in the dirt.
So that is the video for Monkeys, and I'll tell you how we made that and what that video did to the meaning of the song in a minute. So Simon and I started to work on the vocal and the lyric for the song. And we eventually arrived at a compromise in the chorus, like monkeys in the desert dancing in the dirt. Silver-tongued dreamers listen to the screamers scream on. Well, that's referencing quite old world leaders who are despots, who are not using democracy, and at the same time are causing world poverty and people really suffering in their homelands. So that is a direct reference, and I'm still pretty uncomfortable at this point with the use of the term monkeys. But Simon loves the film 2001, where the film opens with monkeys smashing on rocks. So I thought, okay, let's stick with this. Let's see what happened. Now, where all of this was turned on its head was when I started to shoot the video with Carlo Marshall. I wanted to use plastic bottles and behave like a monkey, smashing the plastic bottles as a kind of juxtaposition of the monkey smashing rocks. That this was a contradiction in terms, that here we were, the superior Homo sapiens that we are, smashing plastic bottles. But then Darren Short discovered this incredible footage of this very wise and gentle orangutan just looking at the camera lens. And suddenly I got the meaning I needed from this song, that it is a monkey's eye view of our behaviour, reflecting our eye view back on the monkeys. And this video, I think more than any other than Barefoot on Mars, on the Posh Pop DVD, has really brought the whole creative process of this song into one glorious, unified piece of work. And it came out of polarization, which just goes to show that polarization and disagreement can bring something much more fulfilling into the workplace. So in the studio one day, I went in, and this was a couple of days after doing the vocal, and Simon had added quite a lot of instruments. He'd added a different bass to the demo bass, a different drum to the demo drum, and the feel had gone. And I found this with Bill Rieflin, I can find this with Robert, I find this with musicians who are capable of playing any instrument and doing absolutely anything that they think about, bringing it into the studio, into real life, will over ice the cake. And I stood there. Now, normally when Simon plays me something, if I dance, we know it's right. Because if I dance, I know my audience will dance. And it means it's touching our solar plexus and our soul and our heart. And I didn't dance. It had become a heavyweight, downbeat, almost 1980s piece. And Simon said, it doesn't work, does it? And I said, no, I don't want to move to it. So we stripped it right back. And I dug up the original demo and played it to Simon. And Simon said, oh my goodness, that's fantastic. But the thing is, when you are in a studio situation and you are up against time and you're up against technology and the outside world communicating with you, you can quite easily lose the origin of an idea. And Simon had it. He had it on the very first day that he wrote that demo, sent it to me. That was the song. It was perfection. So I'm just so glad that I felt brave enough as an artist to say, not only to Simon as my co-writer, but as my producer, that no, we have to go back to the original intention, the original feel, the original demo. We did that with Take Me Home as well. With Rhythm in the House, I kept that pretty bare-boned too, just so that, you know, the basic meaning of the music allowed the lyric to add the colour. So it was a very fulfilling song to write. When we got Fripp into the studio, he literally sat down, plugged in, had the chord chart in front of him, and he just exploded with this incredible rage. He can express such rage through his hands, but perfectly controlled within the timing of the song. So it's like a pneumatic drill, an orchestral pneumatic drill, just kind of strumming away. And it represents tension, anger, release, expression. I mean, it's just incredible, this style that he invented. Because when you consider that he came from King Crimson in '69, which was very much the beginnings of progressive rock, he then developed, I think, as a new wave guitarist, and he developed a new voicing, and it's this incredible kind of, it's fabulous, and it's just so right for this song. So here we are, we're making the video to Monkeys, and I'd already shot quite a few videos before we did Monkeys, and both Fripp and Simon Darlow realized that I was deadly serious about making the video album, and I'd learned a lot and I knew what I was doing. And I said to them in the green screen area, I said, do not look at what I do not react to what I do, you just play as if everything is normal. And at which point I started this movement, which is for me an expression of just out of control. You can't control anything. You can't control the politicians. You can't control the lack of petrol on the forecourts. You can't control COVID. You can't control food shortages. It's all this kind of interpretation of being out of control. And then I started to smash the plastic bottle. And I could tell that both Robert and Simon were very, very wary of what I was doing. And I gave Robert a plastic bottle and I said, that's the enemy. And he just did this brilliant thing. He just looked at the camera and said no. And I gave it to Simon, and Simon said, what do you want me to do? And I said, I want you to smash it. Like the Monkeys in the beginning of 2001, the movie, I want you to smash it. And, you know, I think he was worried that he was going to look a fool. And I actually think it looks so utterly amazing. I wish I got more of that take, that of us just smashing the plastic bottles. And all of this video and all of the content of this video is down to Darren Short researching and finding the footage. So throughout the 10 videos on Posh Pop, I'm using secondhand clothes that are from charity shops. There's some Toyah originals in there, but the majority of what I'm wearing was found in charity shops, therefore second-hand, second-loved use. I was making a comment about fast fashion, fast travel, plastics, and all of that, and Darren found and researched the content. But when we did the first edit, we were using models walking along a beautiful beach like the Maldives. And I said to Darren, this really worries me because it's demonizing the girls in the clothes. And what we're talking about is waste and where waste ends up. So we needed to find an alternative to these very beautiful young girls holidaying on a beach in high fashion. And that's when Darren found this absolutely gorgeous orangutan that's just looking at the lens. And we both knew, we just said, that is the video. Even if you just have that image for the next 5 minutes, that is the video. That orangutan just says it all. I mean, he's just sitting there calmly, so in tune with the world, in tune with his life, with his space, saying, what the are you up to? It's the most perfect shot. In the middle 8, I came up with the lyrical concept, 7 days to make the world, 7 days to destroy it all. What we're going to do about it, I think we need a miracle. And this is a reference to my education. I was brought up to believe that as a woman, there will always be a higher power, whether that's a higher power up in the ether or a higher power as a masculine presence, making everything right. And I truly believe at this point, we are the only people now that can make things right. we were told 20 years ago to save our plastics quite rightly and to recycle our plastics quite rightly. And thank you, thank you, thank you to the industries that are recycling plastics safely into furniture, car parts, clothes, reuse of plastics. But I think for a fair while plastics were being shipped out to other countries who were just dropping them in the sea, and hopefully all this will stop now. So that middle eight reference is to always thinking a higher power will sort it out. And I think at this point in our history as mankind, we need true democracy, and we need to all sort it out and just put our feet down about it all. And I have sympathy for people who go out there and demonstrate. I really do. Even though they make our lives harder in certain situations, they have the guts to go and demonstrate. And we need change about this so quickly. We're all aware of this now, so that your children have the beautiful lives that we have had. So Monkeys has a lot of depth to it, and I can't wait to perform it live. We're rehearsing it in sound checks presently. I want it in the set ASAP, hopefully by Cambridge. So let's see what happens. It's fabulous to sing and very, very powerful, and I think audiences are going to love it. So I mentioned at the top of this Toyah at Home that my costume room upstairs is in a state of utter chaos. I have spent weeks prepping these costumes for Proud Cabaret. I am having new identities, new images, but also for some of the work that I'm doing with the team, because we are all working as an ensemble on my numbers, I'm having to renovate past looks that we want to use for songs like Space Dance or anything that references space. I've gone back to the Tim Tolkien armour. Now, Tim Tolkien is J.R.R. Tolkien's great nephew, and he made me this armour for my 2002 arena tour. I'm slowly piecing that back together because we're going to use that probably for one of the opening songs. And then my friend John Wayne, who shot all the footage that I've been posting about Proud Cabaret, because he came with me as my dresser. So he's made me all these beautiful brooches. That's a front piece, like a belt. And then this is the back bustle that goes on the back. And then the bustier that I wear with that is this gorgeous beast, which I spray painted this morning. So all very dramatic stuff. And there are going to be new looks that you have never seen before, which excites me. And lots of visuals on the stage. It's a very exciting time. I am so happy being back at work, I can't tell you. I loved playing the Half Moon in Putney. I've just loved doing the Let's Rocks. To be back after a year of being told you can't perform, I've never been so grateful. So I will see you out there. Proud Cabaret is going to be a lot of fun and a very special night. You get a 3-course meal. I went there with John Wayne a couple of weeks ago, and it was a really very special experience. Very high energy, lots of fun, great food, wonderful staff looking after you, stunning theatre space. And the Posh Pop tour is a goodie. The music is great, uplifting, highly original, beautifully performed by the Posh Pop band and myself. So I want to see you out there. Let's celebrate. Let's make this Christmas the best ever. And lots of love from me. And I will see you tonight for A Burning Question with Robert, and tomorrow for Toyah's Burlesque on the kitchen table for Sunday lunch. Lots of love from me. Stay safe.